like everything changed because he told me, he was like, we can only work out together, and he was like, we can only yeah, we can only be together all the time. And I'm just like, in my mind, I'm like, okay, maybe he just like really wants to like hang out and be together. Like, I didn't mind that at all. Like, I don't know what was wrong with me. I was just like, yeah, you know. And I moved to a town where I didn't know anybody. I didn't have any friends. I'm like, I would rather it be that way. You know what I'm saying? Because you know. So I moved into his house with the sister, Hannah, and her boyfriend, and the dad. So we all live together. We're in the basement. Like, this basement is like, it's a decent size or whatever, right? Like, so I'm like, all right. So when we do all that, I'm starting to like really think about like my choices of what I was doing, and he started becoming like, it started getting really bad. When everything really started turning was when I became lonely. Um, I didn't have any friends to talk to. All I had to talk to was him. And it was just really annoying. You know what I'm saying? He had family, he had friends, like, well, he don't have friends. He had family and he got to talk to people, and he's like, don't talk to my dad that long. He was like if I was to fuck his dad. You know what I'm saying? He's like, don't talk to my dad that long. Don't talk to my sister that long. He's like, my sister Hannah, she has bad choices. She makes bad choices. This and that, this and that. He was treating me like I was a 5-year-old, like I was a toddler. First off, mofo, I'm older than you. I know how to make decisions myself if I want to hang out with the person or not. Number two, I don't even have friends here. You know what I mean? I want to make friends. So he's just like, don't talk to my sister, don't talk to my dad, this and that, you know, or whatever. And I already moved in with him. So it was just like, I didn't really get it. And if I were to talk to somebody, so we were working out, there's a gym there at the place that I moved to. There was a gym there or whatever, and I did 2-a-days. You know what I mean? I would do cardio in the mornings, and then I would lift at night. So, well, no, yeah, I would lift like at night or afternoonish. And like, he wanted, like, I was going and I was hitting my cardio, and he wasn't there. You know, I guess he trusts me to go hit cardio in the morning. But then later on, it started becoming more of a problem. He's like, you don't need to work out that much, or you don't need to be hitting the gym that much without me there. I don't trust you. Blah blah blah. This and that. I'm like, when we first met, I was going and I was hitting cardio. You know what I mean? I was going and I was hitting cardio on my own. I'm a grown ass adult. I got my own car. I'm gonna go hit my cardio. And this, like, it just, like, as soon as I moved in, it switched. Like, I couldn't go do cardio, shit like that. A bitch started eating her feelings. He was, like, draining everything away. He went through my phone, and he, like, he freaking, deleted all the guys on my phone, all on my Snapchat. He deleted, all the guys on my Instagram. He deleted he blocked, not just deleted, but he blocked every guy that's on my Facebook, every guy that's on my Snapchat, every guy that was on my Instagram, Twitter, you name it, girl. He blocked them. Because he didn't trust me. So, after that whole spiel, he took away cardio, he did all that. Also, it started becoming where he controlled my workouts, guys. Like, he controlled, like, where I stood. Like, if I was standing somewhere, like, in front of the mirror, let's say doing squats, or doing, like, a freaking bicep curl with a dumbbell, he was like, move, because that guy's looking at you. Oh my god, guys. Like, it was getting bad. Like, he was just, like, he would go, and he would, like, grab my headphones. He's like, no, you can't listen to music today. You're gonna listen to me. And he just wanted to be around me 24/7. He always wanted to know what I was doing. 24/7. And he was just like, you know, why not? Why not? Why not this? Why not that? And like all those signs, guys, are a sign of abuse, pretty much. It's just signs of somebody wanting to control your every step that you take, everything. How are you supposed to prosper? How are you supposed to build as a person? And see, he knew before we even before I even moved out, or before I even he even messaged me, he knew the type of person I was. I'm a social media freak. One, I like posting social media. Social media was my life. I told him, I was like, why did you even start talking to me if you knew you were like this and I was like this? We're completely opposite. It's not gonna work. I remember yelling that at him whenever we were getting in arguments like all the fucking time. Guys, he would make himself seem a victim in situations to make himself vulnerable and make himself look lonely so I could care to him. He would always make himself seem like he was the victim in stories, um, so I could feel sorry for him. Um, he would make his dad seem like the worst person on the earth, even though he was getting money out of his own pockets. He would make his sister Hannah seem like the worst person in the world. So he would be the victim in every story he would tell me. Keep it in mind, I was around this guy for 24/7. So I was always constantly feeling sorry for him and always, going to his every need. He pretty much brainwashed me into thinking that he was the victim in everything, and I just needed to be his mother, I guess you could say, his nurturer. Um, so that's what he also brainwashed me into thinking, that he was the victim in everything, when actually he was the villain in every story that he told me. He was telling me that I was getting fat. He was telling me, he's like, if you get to 200 pounds, I'm not gonna find you attractive anymore. Or he's like, we're gonna break up. He's like this and that. Like, he was so horrible. Like, he was a horrible human being. He deserves to be locked up in jail, guys. Like, he does not deserve to be out into the free world. Um, he was just so horrible to his dad. And I should have, that's a red flag too. Like, when you're horrible to your own parents, how you treat your own parents just is a reflection of yourself. Of if he was treating his dad like shit, imagine like how he would treat me. You know what I mean? Like, his dad was constantly giving him money. He was living off his dad. Um, like, it was just so ridiculous. And like, I was doing so well for myself. I was in prep. I was getting fit. I had 2 jobs. I was prospering. I was becoming my own self. And then he walked into my life and just like fucked everything up. He made me think things that weren't, like, he pretty much like brainwashed me for like about 2 to 3 months. Like, for real. Like, I just didn't, I viewed people differently. I viewed people, he always thought that everybody that came in contact with me wanted to fuck me. Um, like, you cannot have a friend that of the opposite gender, period, or even the same gender, period. Um, Always wanting to know what I was texting my friends. Like, I couldn't, like, the only person I could really and truly talk to was my mom. And like, when I would tell my mom like everything that was going on and what I was limited to, my mom was just like, "What are you doing? Like, this and that." I knew she knew, what I was doing was not my self-worth, but she knew, like, she couldn't tell me what to do at the same time, but she would also give me her input. And I didn't cry out to anybody. I remember, everything he was doing to me, threatening me. He threatened to duct tape me. He, at the end of everything, he was abusive. He was throwing like my clothes at me. He's gotten in trouble with the law, like a lot where he lives. And I didn't see any of that because at the beginning he was so nice. I didn't see any of that, and I told him, like, whenever he was throwing my clothes at me or whatever, because I was so called being kicked out or whatnot. I was just like, this is why you get in trouble with the law a lot. You don't know the law. You throwing clothes at me is physical abuse. No matter what item it is, you're actually throwing it at me and it's hitting me. It's like you don't understand. He's like, oh, he's like, I'm gonna put duct tape around your mouth so you won't scream and just shit like that. And I was just like, what? That was the last day, like the last couple of seconds with the dude. Like, out of all these, oh, we'll be together forever. Oh, I want to marry you. And then it like fast forwards to I'll duct tape your mouth so nobody will hear you scream down here. Like, what happened to all those, oh, I like you so much, oh, we're gonna be together forever, blah blah blah, gooshy gooshy, and then two, I'm gonna duct tape your mouth. Where the fuck does that come from? Okay, first off, you're bipolar as fuck. You don't treat your significant other that way, period. That's not fucking love. Being controlled and viewed as property is not love. It's fucking, you're the devil. You're just the devil, period. Um, and like I said, he deserves to be locked up. And he deserves not to be in a relationship with anybody because he will only view you as property. He will never view you as a human being that has feelings. Period. Um, and I'm not going to say that I'm goody two shoes, but in that, I'm not even going to call that a fucking relationship. In that moment in my life, I was fucking good. I was good, period. Um, this dude is insane, guys. I just say never ever, if it sounds too good to be true, never ever push it, never ever rush shit. You are valuable no matter what size you are, no matter what you look like, no matter on your gender. You are valuable. And you are a human and you have feelings. At the end of the day, you are beautiful. And never ever have someone treat you like fucking property. Or talk to you or dehumanize you, period. His family, his dad helped me out a lot. I could tell like his dad knew that what his son was doing to me was bullshit. And his dad would text me and he would tell me like, you know, this and that, this and that. You know, I can tell you're changing my son and you can't change a motherfucker. I'm sorry. His name's Dad. I'm gonna name him Russ. Russ, I'm sorry, but you can't change that motherfucker. And you can go ahead and you can blame it on the fucking steroids, blame it on the fucking gear or the fucking, what is it called? What was he on? Fucking, all kinds of shit. Blame it on whatever the steroids. You cannot change that motherfucker. And when you get on shit, I've never been on shit personally, but it does not make you fucking mean and want to like pretty much dehumanize somebody when you're in a relationship. It just makes you more of what you already are. I've asked bodybuilders this question and I've asked them because I was just curious, but I have several bodybuilders that told me that no, it's not the steroids, it's actually who you are. His sister Hannah, whenever I was staying with them, Michael, he wanted me to fucking snitch on her every 2 fucking seconds. He wanted me to babysit his sister. Keep in mind that Hannah is about 15, 16 years old in high school, or she was 17, I'm not too sure. But he told me if I did not snitch on Hannah, to the father Russ, that I did not like them, that I didn't so called love the family, that I so called did not want to be in the family. And I was like, what are you talking about? I do like your family. I pay your dad rent every month to stay here, and I gave your sister makeup. His sister has all my makeup. I gave it to her. I'm giving your sister gifts. I'm paying your dad rent. Like, what do you mean I don't like your family? He's like, if you don't snitch on her, then you don't want to be here. You can't live here if you don't snitch on her. You don't love the family. You don't like to be in the family. Pretty much. It's either I snitched or it was the highway. I was very vulnerable and I was very stupid, guys.